Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. One second, let me close the door. Ugh. Hey guys, welcome back. Another day, some more problems. Yeah, I plan to stream for a couple hours, so hopefully we can get some stuff done. I have a technical interview tomorrow. Today, some more problems. One second, guys. Yeah, I have a technical interview tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting, but also nerve-wracking too. So, probably do a couple LeetCode problems, kind of get familiar a little bit, do a little bit of some project work on C++, kind of figure out what's happening there. And yeah, so that's the goal for the stream. My mom is calling me. But yeah, let's take a look kind of what our problem of the day was really quick. Yeah, sorry guys, one second. But yeah, let's see kind of what we got. We got easy problem. We might just go ahead and do it as a start here. So, give an integer and return any array containing n unique integers such that they add up to 0. Given an integer and return any array containing n unique integers such that they add up to 0. So -8, what, 1, 3, 4. So this adds up to 0 here, right? Oh, given an integer and return any array containing n unique integers so they add up to 0. Oh, okay. I understand. So we're given an input here. Right? We have to generate that array of 5 numbers, right? In this case here, we get -7, -1, 1, 3, and 4. Trying to think here. The best way to go about this problem. In the meantime, let's put on some music here. So we need to relax too. Okay. Let's see here. Let's return an array with a values of semantic plus x. Fan is odd. Okay. So what am I thinking here? Right. So we have to generate these numbers. I mean, we know our input's 5, right? So really, we just need to kind of do the same thing, right? Put in numbers that add up to it. So, I'm trying to think here. I was originally thinking probably a backtracking solution and trying all the options, but I was thinking, no, I think we could do this a lot easier. That we have n is equal to 5. So maybe we can... If n is odd, append 0 to the returned array. Okay. Yeah, okay. So... really, we just check the length and we keep adding. We add a positive, then we add a negative, we add a positive, then we add a negative, and then we add 0 to the end of the array. These arrays are also accepted. Okay, so I didn't think about the 0 in the array, so that's actually probably a good idea. But there's so many more arrays that can be accepted. I mean, there's so many different ones, right? So for in I is equal to 0, right? I is less than what? I is less than n. So I plus plus here, right? I guess assume we could probably just use the index value that we're at, right? So at index value 0, right? We can add an extra value, right? So trying to think here. They can't be duplicates, right? So, right, it says here in the statement, they have to be unique. So, what am I thinking here? So instead of starting at 0 here, right, we can start at 1. We can loop, right, and go, okay, well, let's create an array here. So let's do like a vector of integers, res, right? Just do res dot pushback, right? We can push back our value here, right? So we push back I, right? Res dot pushback. Alright, and we push back negative I. And unique initials, they add up to 0, right? So they do add up to 0, right? We have an if statement here, right? So that should push each of our values here. So let's create I can't be fucked to write it myself, so let's grab the let's grab from this function here. Let's grab our print function. Let's grab our print function here. Right, so then we can just let's loop through here. Let's print our vector here. So let's do print vector. We pass in res, right? Yeah, we probably want to return res too because it's expecting a vector return type. So let's do that. Yeah, okay. So now let's do an if statement in here, right? So let's do, okay, like if res.size, right, is equal to n, right? Or res.size is equal to n minus 1, right? No, actually we need that in a separate loop here, right? So if it equals to n here, then what do we want to do? We just probably want to break out of this loop, right? Print our vector and return, right? But if our res.size is equal to n minus 1, right? Then what do we want to do? We just want to append 0, like res dot pushback, right? And we push back 0. I think that should work, and then I'm going to see it breaks. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I think that worked. Now we just have the case here where n is equal to 1. Expected 0. Right, we can probably just do a base case here, right? So we can do, well, if n is equal to 0, right? Sorry, let's have the res here, actually. So if n is equal to 0, we just return res, right? And then if n is equal to 1, we just return, we append res dot pushback, right? We push back 0, and then we just return our res. Add 0 if n is an odd number. Yeah. It says here in the thing here, because if you think about it here, right, we're looking to add up every unique number, right? 0 is considered a unique number, right? It's not that 0 is not allowed, right? So that's why I append 0 every time if it's unique, which I believe should work here. Yeah, I think this should submit here. There we go. So we are the slowest solution. I mean, it's probably so much faster, right? I mean, let's have a look here. Here, we check if n is 0. We're checking here if it's odd, right? If it is odd, then we push back 0. Other than that, we loop and then we return res, right? I mean, just simple. Kind of the same as mine, but mine's a little bit longer than what it needs to be. I mean, I'm also printing the vector here, so, I mean, it's whatever. But it passes, it works, so that's fine. Yeah, nice and simple daily question to get us started, I guess. I just ate a fucking pizza, so I feel like shit right now. I'm not gonna lie, but let's take out top 100 liked. We were planning on going through these, so yeah, we'll keep heading through these problems. W, let's go, Luke. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll take a look at this problem here. Keep going through the top 100 liked. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna grab a water, dude, because I feel like dog shit. So I'll be back in a second. I'm back. Oh. I forgot my headset though. 1 second. Alright. Feeling better. I got some water now. Shit, dude. Alright. Given a sorted array of distinct integers and a target value, return the index if the target is found. If not, return the index where it would be if it were inserted in order. Okay. So... trying to think here. So I'm thinking kind of just a regular binary search here, right? I mean, we have our integer, right, that we want to throw out here. We can have a void binary search, right? We can pass in our vector, the reference of nums, and our target, right? Okay, we can give our int left and int right. Right. See how my fantasy's going, bro. Oh shit. Guess I have to check my phone. Yeah, shit. Looks like I'm gonna lose here. That's frustrating. Hey, damn, bro, that's frustrating. But alright, whatever. You take the L some weeks, dude. Just gotta bounce back, bro. Anyway, okay. Let's keep going with this binary search, right? So we want to pass in our binary search here, right? What do we want? Our nums, our target. I guess we can pass in 0 and nums.size, right? I guess we could probably maybe we could return a true or false here. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. I guess we'll keep walking through it, right? So, while let's call this low and high, right? While low is less than or equal to high, right? We want to pass in. Okay, so if low is less than probably want to return back an integer here, actually, not. Right, if low is less than target. Then we want an else if. We want to calculate our mid first, actually. And mid is equal to left plus right minus left plus 1, right? Have our mid here, we calculate our mid. Then I guess if low is less than target. And what is binary midpoint value? Oh, whoops. Shit, my bad, guys. Yeah, low plus high minus. Oh shit, yeah. What am I doing? Plus 1. Divide by 2. Oh, whoops. Divide by 2. We calculate our mid. If low is less than target, we have an else if. And we would have an else, right? Where we would just like return mid. Thinking Python though, dude. Shit. Let's grab this return mid here. Alright, if low is less than target, what do we want to do if low is less than target, right? So we have an array here, right? I always like to visualize these. I feel like visualizing is very important to me. So I guess we can kind of recopy this. We have 1, 3, 5, 6, right? Simple as that. We have let's change colors here. So our target here is, in this case here, 5, right? So 5 is the target we are looking for. Target is 5, right? So this is our midpoint, right? Right, so if our it's not low, we're looking at mid. If nums mid, right, is less than target, right? So if the 3 we're looking at is less than our target, then what would we want to do, right? This is our target, right? We'd want to move our search, right? So we'd move our search to here, right? This way. So I think here we would go, we would want high, oh sorry, low, is equal to mid plus 1, right? Nums mid is greater than target. Oops. It's greater than target. And what would we want to do? We'd want to go high is equal to mid minus 1. Alright. So we get that here. We have our while loop here. If we don't find this now, well, I guess we'll think about that later, right? Let's see what this gives us here. We return our mid. Right, we probably want to return... Let's just return our binary search, right? Compiler, int mid. Oh shit. Low plus high minus low. Compiler here does not return. Alright, so if we don't see it, right? If we don't see it, let's just like return 0 for now. Heap overflow buffer. I'm trying to think here. Research. Am I doing this right? For array mid, nums mid is less than target. Low is equal to mid plus 1. Yeah, I'm doing this correct. This looks correct. I'm not sure. This looks correct to me. Let's check in. Let's ask Claude here. Is this binary search correct? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, good. Okay, so I did that correct, alright? So this binary search is correct, but we're getting a heap overflow, which means we're accessing somewhere in memory that doesn't exist. So, I'm trying to think here. Maybe this should be, I think, -1 here. I think that's our issue, right? Because we want the last element, not an element that's passed. There we go. Okay, good. So here, in case 1, we should return 2, which we do, right? Here in example 2 here, we should return 1. That's where it should be. There's no 7 here. So that's why we're failing these 2 test cases here. So really now, all we need to do... So we need to think of the case where we fail, right? So let's think about this, right? We're looping through, we get our target is 7, right? We keep going, right? If our target is... If we break out of this loop, right? Really what we should return would be... I think mid plus 1. My calculations are correct. Use of undeclared identifier. Let's do like int mid so we can keep track of it, right? Because it goes out of scope here in the loop here. So let's do mid is equal to low plus high minus low over 2. There we go. Okay, so we fucked something up. 1356, our target is 0, but we don't see 0. We return. Let's make this... Fuck, dude. I don't know if this is bad. I don't know if this will work, but... Would this work, technically? Yeah, because not in every case is it going to return 0. I mean, I'm trying to think here. I mean, we could return false to this function, maybe. Let's do like int res is, if we find it, right? Int res is equal to mid, right? Okay. If we find it, right? And then we just return true, right? We turn this to a bool, right? And we check, okay, well, if this, right, then we just return res, right? If not, then we call a different function, right? So if not, then we can call find position. We pass in our nums and we pass in a target. I don't think we need to pass in anything else, right? Find our position here. We create a new array here, so let's call this like, make the return type an integer. We call this find position, right? And we pass in a vector of integers. We want a reference to that. Nums int target, right? And then let's just like return straight from find position, right? If not, let's return false here. Thinking Python, I think this is just like this, yeah. Return true. We have our int here. We find the position here. So how would we find our position here? We have a for loop here. And we loop, right? We go for int I is equal to 0. I is less than nums.length. Nums.size, sorry. I plus plus. How do we want to do this? Well, how do we find the position we want to insert here? I'm trying to think here. How would we just generally do that without just doing an O of n loop here? How would we do that? Well, I mean, what if in this case here we have 0, right? And our target is 0, right? Let's just do like, well, are we dealing with all positive numbers? Nums contains distinct values in ascending order, right? So we could have all sorts of values, right? Negative values, whatever, so. Maybe we can just have it like here. We can do an edge case here. Right, where if num 0, sorry, if target is less than num 0, then we just return 0, right? Because that's the spot where it gets placed, right? If not, we find the position to insert, and we can loop, right? So if nums just do, okay, like if nums I is greater than, is less than or equal to less than greater than or equal to this position. If it's greater than or equal to target, then we return I. Right? Well, let's check, right? If we want to insert 4, right? If nums I is greater than or equal to, so if it's greater than or equal to 1, which it's not, we return I. So no, I believe it's less than, isn't it? If not, we just return nums.size, right? Let's see if that'll work. Oh shit. In mid, if binary search, return true. Non-void function. Let's submit this, dude. 21 under 66 cases passed. Oh shit, dude. We're redeclaring there. So what are we doing wrong here? There we go. Okay. Let's submit that. Okay. So if nums I is greater than or equal to target, so if nums I is greater than target, which is not, we don't return I. Nums I is greater than target. If nums I is greater than target, so this is greater than target, so then we'd return here. Ah, yeah, that's right. How do we not think about that? Do we really need... Maybe we don't even need this anymore. I don't think we need this edge case here anymore. I think we can resubmit with the, yeah. Cool, dude. Good problem. Feeling confident. Oh my gosh, dude. I feel like shit. Oh shit, dude. Let's take a stab at a hard problem here. A path in a binary tree is a sequence of nodes where each pair of adjacent nodes in the sequence has an edge connecting them. A node can appear in the sequence at most once. Note that the path does not need to pass through the root. The path sum of a path is the sum of the node's values in the path. Given the root of a binary tree, return the maximum path sum of any non-empty path. The optimal path is 2, 1, 3 with a path sum of 2 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 6. I'm a little bit confused here. 15, 20, 7. Trying to think about what is the optimal, what exactly an optimal. The path sum of a path is the sum of the node's values in the path. Oh, I gotta respond to my girlfriend here. Anyway, maximum path sum. There's a node connecting them. A node can only appear in. A node can only appear in the sequence at most once. But how is that an optimal path? 2, 1, 3. I don't really get what a path sum is. Dalvin Codes, dude. What's up, Dalvin? How you doing, dude? Thanks for joining the stream, dude. How's your day been, Dalvin? I'm trying to think exactly what this means here. Yeah, I think I need a better problem explanation. I'm not gonna lie. 124 binary tree. Now I think about it here, now it says here maximum path sum. So now I realize why we're returning this here. This is the maximum, right? I mean, we're checking each path sum at the root, right? So from my understanding of this problem. Oh, good. How is it going? Yeah, it's going good, man. Done 2 problems so far, so this will be my last problem. Then I plan to work a little bit on my project. So let's tone down this music a little bit. What about you, man? What are you up to, bro? Okay, so I'm trying to think here. So for starters, we need to keep. Let's call this max res, right? A global variable to return, right? We have our path sum. We could probably break this up. Trying to think, maybe a recursive function here. Yeah, I think that's how we should go about this. I mean, we could do the iterative approach using a stack here. I'm thinking, you know, maybe do more recursive stuff when I do DFS. We want to pass in a tree node. And try to think here. Tree node, let's call this node. Node dot left. Sorry. Root. left, cursive root, right. We want a base case here. Well, if we see if node dot left or node dot right, right? If not node dot left or not node dot right, we can just return, right? So, because right, if we see two empty children, we don't really need to do any calculations, right? But if we what do you call it up here? Node dot left, right, tree node val. What do we really want to do here? Well, we kind of just want to trying to think, guys. Let's do if not node. Let's change this, right? We return. Turn 0 here, because right, we're returning an integer here. Otherwise, what do we want to do? Like add our max here? I'm trying to think. Shit, dude. Int, like left val, int right val, right? We would call, let's change this to DFS. I don't know why I didn't name that in the beginning. The left val and our right val, right? We have our DFS. DFS. Node left. DFS node right. To like int cur max is equal to node dot val plus left val plus right val. And then we check our max, right? So do like std max. Let's just, sorry, max res is equal to std max. Can we get negative values here? So we can, -1000 to 1000. So I guess we could set our equal to -1001. All right, because we can only go to -1000. I think that should work. And we take the max of max res and our co-max. And we start up here. Let's think about this, right? Let's copy this here. Let's think about the way that this rolls, right? So about 1 here, we have a 2 here, we have a 3 here, right? Pass it in here in our root node, right? So we get our root node. We call left.val, right? Is equal to DFS node left, right? So then we come over here, right? We do the same thing. If node's not val, it's not. So then we call the left val, right? So then we're down here, right? We see that this would return 0, right? So this will return 0. Then we'll come back. We'll do right val here, right? This will return 0. Okay. Then we'll come back up. We get to this point here. We do our co-max, right? In this case here, we return 2. Right, so 2 is our co-max right now, right? We come back here, okay? Then we would come back over here, right? And what would we get? Well, we come down here, right? Do the same thing. Come here, we'd see 0. Come here, we'd see 0. Come back, we'd be at 3 here, right? And then, so we would return 3 here. Um, 2 and 3, right? I think we need a turn node val plus what left val, like left val, right val. I think we need to redo this again. I need to think about this again. Okay, so we start off here at 1, right? We come to 2, right? We're at left val, okay? Shit. Okay. We're at 2, right? We come into 2. We would do... come through again. We'd see this is not 0. We would go left, 0. Come back, go right, get 0, right? Then we would do current val plus all this. We get 2. We do max res is equal to this. We get 2. And we come back here, right? Now we're at 2. Okay. And we would return SCD max, left val, right val, our current val, plus whatever we've looked at. Yeah, that's correct. And we'd feed it back up, right? So then our left val would be here. We'd feed this back up the loop, right? So really this side's now going to return 2 here. I'm going to go down right val, come here, C0, C0, come back, return 3 here. So this would be 3, put up the DFS chain, we return here. Then we would come back from left val and right val, return int co-max, node val plus this. So we would get 6 over here. Return there, the max res would be 6. And then we would return node of val plus SED that. to the top. So I think this should run. This should pass. Nope. Oh, we need to return. Turn res max. Max res, that's what it's called. Wrong answer. Damn, I walked through with this one too, and we still got. I walked through it wrong. Is this how you node val? Okay, yeah, that should be fine. SCD max, left val, right val. Hello, can you speak Russian? No, I cannot. No. I wish, bro. That would be kind of dope. Oh, dude. Root left, root right. I think that's why we're doing it here. We shouldn't be doing DFS root left, root right. It should just be DFS root. Wow, 200 IQ right there, bro. There we go. Got something wrong here. We got 2, -1. We're expecting 2. But why are we expecting 2? Yo, Ethan, bro, what's up? How many programming languages you know? I don't know. I'd say I'd probably be comfortable with like Python, JavaScript, and I think I'm starting to get there with C++. I still have a lot to learn, but I think I'm starting to get there. So, yeah, I'd probably say that. Trying to figure out why are we meant to return 2, -1. Expected 2. Oh, we don't have a full thing. That's why. If root left and root right, let's just return root.val. Maybe we need an or here, not an and. Let's see if this runs. Root. How you feeling, Ethan, bro? Are you still sick, man? I was gonna call you today. I just been busy today. Oh my god, this is so good. But me, Python and beginner. Hey, that's okay, bro. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. Just gotta keep grinding, dude. I think it should be negated here. That's why I'm fucking this up. I'm feeling better. Thanks for asking. Also, if statement will always execute. Yeah, I realize that. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to figure this out. 53 to 96 now. man, dude. Am I doing something wrong, or is it this base case here that's it's fucking with me? I don't know. Can only be in the sequence of most once. I feel like what I have written here sounds correct, but I'm honestly not sure why this is not working. Is it because we can get negative numbers? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sure what my bug is here. It's probably something stupid, dude. I don't know what it is. Need some help. Let's do, what is it called? Sauce Claude, bro. What's my bug here, bro? I don't know, dude. I'm lost. I need some help. The root itself is null. Missing null check. You should check if. Look, bro, I just started learning. Brought a 45-hour video course on Python and at the same time practice what I learned in the subject. How much time do you think a self-taught person needs? If you study 2-3 hours a day, it's fucking hard for me. Yeah, yeah, good question. I don't know, man. I mean, dude, it's different for everyone. For people like me, dude, it takes me a long time to get used to stuff. Like a lot of repetition and a lot of doing the same thing. I feel like I'm a slow learner myself, so I don't know, dude. It just, I'm a really big believer in learning while doing than following tutorials and stuff. So, I don't know, man. I'd say a couple months probably, but it depends on how quick you get stuff. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so they want me to handle a malware like this, but this isn't gonna fix my issue, right? What was the thing? Returning early here. Root with the left child will return root value without exploring the tree. Root with the right child would do the same. Might be too high. The problem constraints should be allowed to with negative thousands. You choose int min or small. Alright, dude. I'll use int min. I guess it's not that big of a. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but okay. I'll just switch it. Let's see here. I don't think that'll fix it though. Yeah, no, I'm still getting the same issue. So what's different here? So I'm missing. Looks like they take the max here, but why would they take the max? There's no way that's my issue, bro. Really? C max 0 DFS. C max 0 DFS. There's no way that's my issue right here. Wow. Okay. So that was my issue the whole time. Well, why are we taking the max here? I'm not really getting the intuition why we're taking the max here. Wow. So the reason why we do that here is if the best you can do on this side is negative, I'd rather take that at all. That doesn't really make any sense here because I thought we're finding the monetary maximum path sum is the sum of the node's values in the path. Oh, okay. I understand. Yeah. So we don't, if we keep taking path sums down here, we don't want those negative values because really we're only checking between these three, right? The root, the root node that we're checking at, and then its children, right? So that's why we take the 0 here. So that's what we miss out on the problem. But other than that, I think we thought through it pretty well. So I'm surprised that's such a low acceptance rate, to be honest. But hard to figure out. But until you form the right approach, it's going to be hard. It's hard until it's easy, if that makes any sense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do one more. We'll do a BFS problem. Reset this, take it to C++. Let's do, okay, given the root of binary tree, imagine yourself standing on the right side of it, return the values. I like to do this problem. I mean, it's a typical BFS problem. Do int BFS, pass in a tree node, root, right? Let's take a private here. We want a vector of ints. Let's call this like res. We pass in our root, right? But what do we want to do here? Well, trying to think here what we exactly want to do. We got a private here, we have a public, our BFS. We would want to return our res, right? I think we probably want to take this as a void function, right? I mean, we don't probably want it to return anything. So here we loop, right? So this is a typical problem where we're probably going to need a queue here. So std queue. How do we get a queue in C++? How to get a queue in C++? We include queue. CQ, we're gonna have a queue of integers. CQ, my queue, right? We'll loop, right? So how do we want to do this? Well, let's do while queue, right? Let's do queue dot push root val, right? Push it in here. We have our queue, while queue, right? What do we want to do? We want to do queue dot. I think it's going to be pop. CQ. Let's check this here. Yeah, we just call pop here. So queue dot pop, right? Does this return anything, or it's void? Shit, doesn't really return anything. So we need to take the top of it, right? Should be what? Probably front to access the first element. First in, first out, right? So I think what we want to do is we want to do like, let's do like int top is equal to q dot front, right? We pop, okay. Let's think here. Okay, so what have we done? We've popped that value, right? I'm trying to think here, guys. What exactly do we want to do, right? So we're given these values, right? 3, 4, 2, 5, right? Got this value right now, right? We've taken it, we've popped it, right? What do we want to do? Well, we want to append our left and right, right? The thing is that we need to keep track of somehow how we keep track of these values here. I understand. Oh, sorry, K416. I didn't see your message. I understand that it depends on me, but what do you think? At least to junior in Python? I think just after that to learn JavaScript. Dude, I don't know, man. It's a tough question, dude. Like, I don't know. I really don't know, bro. Yeah, maybe a few months, couple years, dude. I don't know. It could range from anyone, dude. It depends on what you know. It depends on your luck. Like, depends on what company, your luck. You know, I feel like luck's a big factor too, but I don't know, man. I would just keep going, and if you enjoy doing it, just keep grinding, dude. It's the most important thing. So, I don't think we want to pop straight away. Maybe this is where we want to do the 4 here, right? So 4. Let's do like int n is equal to like q dot size. Can you do dot size? You can. Q dot size, right? In I is equal to 0, I is less than n I plus plus, right? Okay. Here we can do q dot pop left. Sorry, I'm thinking Python. Q dot pop. Right. Well, we need to access the top here, so we do q dot front, because front returns what? Const reference to front returns the first element of the queue. Reference to the first element. Okay, so I think that should be fine if we get a reference here, right? Because then we can just do int top is equal to q dot front, q dot pop. If let's do if I is equal to n minus 1, right? Which would be our rightmost value here. Rightmost value. Dude, that's a crazy name, bro. How is programming, babe? It's good, man. If I is equal to n minus 1, then we know here, right? Then we can do result pushback. We can push back our final value, right? Which would be our top, right? And then we keep going, right? So we go through each value, right? We have our Q. We take the size of it, right? Which will grab our first value, right? We loop, okay? We take the top, we pop, we check if it's the last element. If it's not, then we want to add our left and right child, add left and right child. So let's take the root here. We want the root value. Res dot pushback Q dot. Question 199. Lots of grinding. I respect that, lol. Yeah, it's not, dude. I've done over 500 problems on Leetcode, so it's not just question 199. It's episode 199, or 198, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna do some project work after this. So, let's push back. What is it? It would be what, top dot left, right? Res dot, yeah, geez. Yeah, dude, it's been kind of a grind, bro. Top dot right, we have our right here, we add that, and then I think here outside of this while, oh fuck, dude, I got fucked up the syntax here. We have our right here, let's fix that. We would just want to return. I gave up Leetcode. Yeah, dude, it's tough. I actually really enjoy doing it, bro, not gonna lie. I know that sounds crazy to say, but this is a void. We don't need to return anything, so we return our res here. Let's just see what this gives us. Q.push. What are you working on right now, Notes? Are you just doing like project work and stuff, or Q.push root? What, does this not exist? Cannot use dot operator on a type. Oh, it's because we're passing in a tree node type. Damn, bro, do we need to pass in tree node type here? Tree node type? That's insane. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, I've been grinding, bro. It's tough, bro. Can you... Tree node pointer? I'm not familiar with this, so... No. Cannot use dot operator on a type. What? Not dot operator. What? So it has to be like this? I work as a web dev. That's cool, man. That's dope, dude. Congrats to you, dude. That's cool as fuck. Hopefully, hopefully that can be me one day. Trying to think here. Q.push root Q.size, we loop. Member objects. Good luck for sure. Thank you, Nose, bro. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for stopping by the stream, dude. Appreciate you being here, bro. I'm trying to pick up C++, so I'm not sure kind of what my error is here. Kind of unfamiliar with this. Hey, Ethan, are you still here, bro? Top. I'm not sure what this error is here. Dot operator on a type. I'm not sure. I have to ask. Claude, dude. I'm not sure about this error. Oh my god, dude. Claude. What is my error here? Let's copy this error. Excuse service, the main errors you're not getting is because you haven't properly declared or used your Q variable. Where do we return our res? Oh my god, have I not even created the queue? Oh no, I have. Okay. Okay, so this is what I did, bro. What is going on here? I put the tree node type here. Q declaration, you declared a CQ, but it tried to use an identified Q. You should use my Q consistently. What? Bro, this is... Oh, I'm using... Oh my god, dude. I called up my Q, dude. Jesus, man. Well, Q. Damn, bro. I need parentheses around this. Well, my Q. Oh shit, well, this is not Python, so let's negate that. It is empty? I'm thinking Python, dude. Maybe it's empty. What is it? It is empty. Okay. In top to an L value of type value type, aka tree node. Oh shit, this needs to be tree node. Tree node pointer top. Q.pop. Cannot use dot operator on a type. Oh, this needs to be my Q. My Q. No matching member function. Res.pushback. What did we call this? Expecting type ints. I mean, these should be ints. Top dot val. Yeah, this is object here. Tree node pointer is not a function. This should be my Q, not res. Jeez, man, we have so many errors in here, bro. Oh shit, yeah, it's not a function. Move access variable within null pointer. If root turn res. Ryan, dude, what's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Unidentified, what? Member access within null pointer type tree node? Guess we have to check here if it's null. Right, so... How's the tutorial going, Ryan, dude? You nearly finished with it, or been working hard at it? So I think here we're getting this error because we're getting a null pointer. A runtime error on line 47. But where would we want to check that? Well, we want to check if it's null. Well, we'd have to pop it and check if it's null here. So maybe here, check null. If top, it's on pause. I've been currently working on a project for the past 10 days. Oh shit, dude. What sort of project? If top dot val. I guess we just want to like what? Continue this iteration, right? How would we check that? Like, oh, they check here if current dot left. Okay. Yeah, forgot about that. If then we push. If top right, then we push. We don't have to check if it's null here. We can get rid of that stupid check. There we go. Wow, that was a lot more confusing with C++ and all different types. So I'm making a portfolio site for my father using all the concepts I learned and learning some extra too. Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. Sorry. I totally forgot. You did tell me that last stream that you were here. That's cool though, man. That's dope. Something that you can, something you can definitely talk about, so. Alright, bro. That's enough leak code for today. I think we've done like 4 problems in like, what? An hour, dude? So let's do a little bit of, let's check the fantasy though really quick on the phone, dude. That's very important. See how we're rocking here. Damn. Well, I think I lost over here, so that's kind of an L. Damn, bro. I might lose, dude. No way, bro. Damn, dude. Bro, every good player I didn't play fucking popped off, dude. That's fucking crazy. Bro, that's frustrating. Oh, wait, can you check the disk? I've had a question there. Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. I got you. 1 second, dude. Let me check the disk. Hover effect. I want that blue semicircle that says on the side of the screen, and when hover over it, it scales up and shows like. Dude, I don't know. I mean, Ryan, dude, that's dude, honestly, Ron, if I was you, dude, I'd probably just ask the internet or GPT. That's the way you probably got to do it. You got to research a little bit how to do that, because, dude, I wouldn't know that off the top of my head. I have no idea. You can even prompt GPT with that picture. You could be like, this is what I want to do. Like, how can I do it? I mean, it's JavaScript, right? But I'm not sure off the top of my head. I've been doing that all along. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the way you gotta do it. I mean, if you're researching stuff, I mean, that is what development is, bro. Like, you gotta research. So, nothing wrong with that, but... Okay, so I wanted to implement this UI here. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. So I need a void render. Need a void. Wait, update. .h. Void initialize. It would be UI initialize. Scene, renderer. We want, what did we say in here? We wanted a scene, renderer. You won't believe I had a small misspell while going, given an element, a data key. The code broke in JS, good half an hour spent correcting it. Yeah, dude, that that happens all the time, bro. So, I'm gonna be surprised. Underscore scene is equal to scene. What was the other one that we had? M underscore renderer. No, yeah, renderer. Renderer is equal to renderer. We get a. Just grab these here. Scene. I'm most likely to post a site to GitHub today. I'll share once done. Yeah, dude. I'd love to see it, man. That's that sounds great. Why is this not liking it? Is it a scene pointer that I have to pass here? Declaration is incompatible with void. Dude, how do I get this shit away, dude? Oh my god. Jeez, man. Initialize. Oh shit, it needs its return type. Okay. Need to return these types. But I need m_scene. I think like scene pointer. Scene Missing a colon somewhere, dude. Missing a colon here. Fucking Visual Studio just being weird, I think. Manager pointer. Put manager. Call it input. We want LED UI updates. Point manager, pointer, input manager. Right, and we want to check, okay, well, check if scene is null, right? Which should be input. We want this should be input, right? Yeah. This is null. We just want to return null, right? Or we just return, sorry. What do we want to do in an update screen? Well, let's think about this, right? Probably want to call this initialize function inside of our game loop somewhere, right? So game.cpp. What are you coding right now? Working on a game, dude. I'll show you the game, bro. So it's like a balloon shooter game, dude. You know, like I can't remember what it's called. Balloon Tower Defense, I think. I haven't inputted any of the graphics yet. I'm just trying to get the basic functionality working. Right now I'm working on the UI, so I want to get stuff on the screen. So that's the goal for right now. Yeah, dude. Yeah, just a little game to kind of get myself working with C++, dude. Our game function here. Main.cpp, game.run, game. Game.run. Initialize our game here. I think we probably need a unique pointer. UI. Underscore UI. So we have that here. Unique pointer underscore UI. Let's go unique UI. Let's make that UI pointer here. I don't know if this thing's fucking tripping, dude. Sometimes this fucking IDE is like stupid as fuck. Underscore UI. I don't know if this is fucking tripping me, dude. This shit's tripping me out, I think. I'm just gonna leave this for now. Underscore scene initialize, but we call game.initialize. M underscore UI. Initialize. Alright, what did we pass in here? Underscore scene. Underscore renderer. Did I get rid of this error, dude? No. What the fuck, man? So weird. I don't know, I guess we'll see. So what exactly do we want to do with this update function? Trying to think exactly what we want. A button component. Okay, so let's write some steps here. Let's grab a list of the registry, right? Okay. Loop through everything. Right, we want to check if button was pressed. Right? Do something if button pressed. Right, that's the main functionality we want here. The renderer though. I'm trying to learn, shake my head in coding, but I understand it, but I might forget because I learned client sent to server and server to client, and I might forget the syntax to write it in code. Dude, I forget the syntax all the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would just say, just like, keep building, bro. Just keep making things and just enjoy the process, dude. Like, programming is hard, man. I find it extremely difficult. So don't feel like you're alone, dude. Just have fun with it, man. So the renderer here. We want... What do we want to do with the renderer? That's what I'm trying to think here. Alright, I will. Yeah, man. Is that why people don't code or quit early? Because it's just hard? Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Really, man, you gotta just enjoy the process, dude. You know? You gotta... I believe programming is easy enough to learn, but hard as hell when it comes to implement it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, guys. Let's just say it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, like, the thinking is the thing that you want to get, right? You want to think like a programmer and think in logic and think in ways that you can make things happen. And that's hard, man. Like, and it's hard to go out there and, you know, watch a tutorial for 60 hours and then, you know, implement stuff on your own and struggle and, you know, smash your head in the monitor and, you know, like, it's always going to be hard, man. And it's never going to be easy. At least I don't think. I mean, I don't think you've been programming for 20 years. Like, maybe you feel like you can build anything you want, but like really to build it, to do everything, takes a long time. So I'd say just enjoy the process, man. If you are happy doing it, it's relaxing, you know, it's fun. Just keep working at it, dude. So yeah. I mean, 1 month ago I didn't know to code when I deleted the print statement in the code lol, and now I'm writing some code to make a simple game. There we go, bro. But the dopamine release after doing the problem which you were stuck on for days, best feeling, I know, for real. Yes sir, dude. Definitely, bro. Definitely. See, like, for example here, man, if this makes you feel any better, like when I'm programming, I have no idea how to grab a list of the registry, right? But I've done it before, you know. Literally, why I learn, I say, oh, yeah, bro, that's the shit, dude. You know, I have to come into my code over here, where I've done it before. Where have I done it? I've probably done it in scene.cpp. I had to look up how to do it. Here we go, where I take the registry here, create view. These registries. So let's take this piece of code. UI.cpp. Let's take this code. M_registry is undefined. Let's get rid of this. Not H. Let's grab the registry here. Let's create a copy of it. Astro registry, M_registry. You're a chill guy to talk to, Max. You're a chill guy to talk to. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. I feel like I'm a pretty chill dude, pretty chill guy. Just trying to learn, bro. Just like you, dude. Okay, we want different stuff in here though. I think from memory we did every single thing has a transform. The thing about coding is once you learn it now, you don't have to rely on other game devs to hope that they make a game you like. Now you can make the game you always wanted and make it come to life in your own way. Yeah, dude, exactly. Dude. That's why I'm learning C++, dude, because I'm interested in working on games and things like that. So, oh, finally, dude, that error went away. Oh. Is it? No. Game.cpp. Game.h. Oh, I'm passing a unique pointer. Shit. Is that the reason why? I'm passing a unique pointer. I am creating a unique pointer and then I'm passing it in here and storing it over there, so I'm pointing to that pointer. So I think that's my issue, but I'm not really 100% sure. Let's save all this. Save. In 1950, assembly was the only coding language, which assembly is hard as fuck syntax. Yeah, it is, dude. It's pretty difficult. Yeah, dude, programming gets easier and easier and easier, dude. I think it's still great to learn, man, especially if you like it and it's interesting to you. Max, should I share this stuff? I mean, LinkedIning and project with my prof and friends? What do you mean share this stuff? Like share the projects you're working? I would say so. Yeah, why not, dude? Yeah, I would share, you know, whatever you're working on, dude. I think what you're working on is great. You know, it shows initiative. I mean, I think it's great. So, I would. Why am I getting an error at line 45 and 46 in game.cpp? I fear they would see me like I'm too sweat or too nerd for this stuff. I might see me as a guy who is intelligent. I don't understand why that's a bad thing, dude. If I was... They say, okay, dum-dum. They, I don't think so, dude. If anything, I would think to myself that I'm not good enough, dude. That's what I think. I mean, dude, people are gonna give you shit your whole life, dude. You know, like, you're gonna... Coding is for everyone. Sometimes you don't have to be smart to learn to code. Yeah, I mean, I agree, dude. Like, just... I don't know, man. The one advice I could give you, bro, is just don't be scared to, like, put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting yourself out there and you're making those LinkedIn posts, you're making whatever posts, like, you know, putting yourself, you know, in an uncomfortable situation, like, you know, you know, you put yourself out there, it puts you in front of other people, you know. I mean, dude, that's why I do this on YouTube. Like, I mean, I do it for my own self-documentation journey to, like, document myself and, you know, see where I came from, which is the most important thing out of everything. But also, like, I mean, bro, do you think, like, me live streaming on the internet, dude, like, of course, bro, I get I get fucking scared as fuck, like, putting myself on the internet, you know? Like, anyone can see me, bro. Like, recruiters can see me. My friends can see me. My peers that I study with can see me. They all might think, like, oh, dude, Max sucks at programming. You know, like, this guy fucking blows, you know? Like, I mean, probably. But it's like, you know, I put myself out there and, you know, maybe, you know, one person sees it and thinks it's cool and gives me an opportunity. I don't know. Like, I mean, you never know what can happen. So, Max is spitting facts. People always bring you down. Life is hard and rough. Exactly, bro. Literally no one has started like I have, not bragging, but I've searched for seniors to make friends with because no one does what I'm doing right now, and if I share, they might think I'm doing too much. No, dude, I don't think so. Lol, nah, man, I don't think so, dude. Just put yourself out there, bro. Fuck the haters, dude. Just build cool shit, dude, and share it, dude. I think that's awesome. Don't be scared, bro. Yes, right. You would be the next Zuckerberg. Low key, bro. Low key. So I think my issue is here. I'm getting this error because of a unique pointer here. Oh, the fuck, dude. Yeah. So I think. So yeah, I believe I'm right. The lines you mentioned here inside the comment box, they cannot be a source of the error. The actual error is almost certainly on line 43 and in your constructor on line 15 caused by an inconsistency in how the m_UI variable is being used. In your constructor, don't worry, I'll give you Facebook Premium free. There you go, bro. Right, because you right at home, we are the community you need. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. You have m_UI, so you make unique. This treats MUI as a standard unique pointer. Yeah. The initialize, you call MUI initialize, the arrow operator also treats MUI as a pointer. Conflict, your game.h file most likely declares MUI as a direct object. The rough thing to me is having the time to watch these 30-minute tutorial vids playlist to learn the code. I learn a lot from them, but they are time consuming. Yeah, dude, they are, man. But I mean, bro, if you want to be good at something, you got to put the time into it, dude. So, yeah. Or you want to get better, you know. Yeah, everyone learns at a different pace, but for me, bro, I'd probably have to put double the amount of hours for you, dude. For me to learn is difficult, bro. So I think I am right here. I think it's because of my unique pointer here, but I'm not familiar how to fix it. The best way to fix this is to treat MUI as a direct object consistently, which is simpler and more efficient. In your game CPP constructor, remove the line that initialize MUI. It's not a pointer. It will be constructed automatically. Okay, let's delete that. So our game.h. Let's get rid of that. In your game, but it's fun, no? They are, but as soon as you get better, you stop watching them. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true stuff, bro. So let's take a look at our game here. MUI, right, is no longer a thing here, but what do we need to do in game? Initialize function line 43, use the dot operator instead of the arrow to call initialize, and use dot get on the arguments. Making these two changes resolve the errors by treating MUI as a direct object and passing the correct raw pointer types to its initialize method. Okay, MUI dot m_UI dot dot initialize. Right, and we want to pass in m_scene dot get m_renderer dot get. The language I do probably in a year, you could master it in 2. It's an easy language. Ah, man, that's okay, bro. Once you learn one language, bro, you can do anything. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about that. I just focus on trying to get the intuition and the idea in your head, how to work in terms of objects and stuff like that. It gets difficult, bro, even for me still. Like, Direct object, but why would we want a direct object? It's undefined, yeah, because we got rid of it over here. So in our game.h, how do we make this just a raw pointer? Game H. So I believe we need to add it as a normal object here, but like what do we do? Like, let's get rid of this. Would it be like UI object? Sorry, UI and underscore UI? Like this, dude? I think that's right. Just use a normal. What takes the most time is learning how to build larger systems, good design. Learning a language is 10% of the skill set, maybe a bit more. There you go, bro. That's definitely facts. What would you do with infinite money, but the catch, if you spend it for evil, you turn into a traffic cone for 5 seconds? What would I do if I had infinite money? Shit, dude. I don't even know what I would do if I had infinite money. I'd buy myself a fucking dope computer, bro. That's what I'd buy, with like hella fire specs and shit. I know that's a boring answer, but that's probably what I would do. The fucking best computer I could possibly get, dude. Like 15K setup, dude. Like, type shit. Why we use a normal object here? You should always prefer creating objects as direct members like UI, MSQ, unless you have a specific reason to use a pointer. It's simpler, safer, and more efficient. Okay, we know that, but if you have a lot of money, you can literally hire a coding C++ tutor to teach you properly. Ah, man, my buddy already helps me, Ethan, dude. He's not here. He's sick, but I've got a good friend that helps me learn too, so. Okay, so I did it correct. So since this is normal object, why are you putting stuff like input manager into a pointer? Well, my input manager deals with all my input on, it's a smart pointer, but deals with all my stuff, my keyboard input and my, now I'm going for a coding session by Max, best of luck. There you go, bro, type shit. Yeah, it deals with my keyboard input and my mouse clicking. Why, is that, what, are you saying that's a bad thing, or? I mean, I need a pointer to the object to, you know, to listen for input, so I mean that's why. But Okay, so m underscore UI is a direct member of the object that I'm in. So its lifetime is automatically bounded to the game of the object that contains it. When your game object is created, the m underscore UI object is automatically constructed and then deleted, right? Okay, so yep, so it's created here in our game.h, right? Create that object. We then initialize it here. I'm scared I forget how to write the correct syntax for remote functions. That's okay, bro. Just look it up, dude. Nothing wrong with looking it up. Grab a list registry, m underscore registry. Okay, so now we can do this here. M underscore registry. Hang on, I can't remember in scene. Did we have a get registry method? Get registry. No, dude. UI.cpp. See, this is the issue when you're dealing with so many different things, different classes. Let's go registry. Destroy entity. Create entity. So when we do create an entity, template type name components. Just transform. You could instantiate it on the stack. I suppose input manager doesn't contain a lot of state. Then you would have something like, my language is so easy literally to look or find something in VS Code. You just do dot after each word. Like, there you go, bro. But it does get more advanced now. There you go. I guess so, yeah. In Obnoxious, then you would have something like, I'm an intermediate coder in my language. There we go, bro. Type shit, type shit. Are you saying like instantiating input manager, like what I have is a normal like member variable object? Input manager input while running input manager.handle. Yeah, I could. I could do that, I guess, but I guess I just have it the way that I have it right now. I'm trying to think here that for enemy path, add component, get component. We do have a get registry access. How did this not come up, bro? Get reg. Did I miss it, bro? The fuck? Okay, well, fuck that, dude. We don't need this anymore, I don't think. Components.h, c.cpp, ui.cpp. We don't need this because we can just call. I guess we want to get rid of this here because this is incorrect. So that's fine. In here, we can get auto reference registry is equal to m underscore scene dot get registry. It just, yeah, returns m underscore registry. That's why. What am I checking, dude? Which lang? I wish I could get help. I don't know C++. I only knew how to code print statement C++. That's it. Ah, man, it's okay, dude. We gotta start somewhere, bro. Yes, Tanner says, what lang? C++, dude. Yeah, that's fine as well. Yeah. How experienced are you in Nebex solution C++, bro? I'm not very experienced, so I'm sure you can probably tell, but... okay, so we grab our registry here, we get the registry, we return m_registry, so now we can loop through what we want in our components, right? So in our components here, our transform component, image component, text component, and button component, right? So transform component and button component is probably what we want. So we want UI text component. So get registry, right? So now we have our registry. So grab the view, like auto reference view is equal to registry dot size save. Yeah, that's fine as well. Not that much. Maybe 1.5 KE hours with it. Oh, nice, dude. Definitely got a lot more than me, bro. Has component. Public template class inline bool. Has component. Do we have like a dot view? Create view? Underscore archetype storage. Are you a professional developer? Obnoxious? Are you a student or something? Create view. I think that's probably what we want to do here. UI transform component. Type name is not allowed. View. Entity transform. Oh shit, dude. I did both. UI button component. Entity button transform in view. But we're not getting an issue here. How did we do it here, bro? We did do create view. Maybe we don't want to reference. Oh, I don't know why. No instance of function template. No, I'm making my own engine as well. I just substituted gaming with coding. Well, I have no aspirations to code for a company. Fair enough, bro. I respect that, dude. That's cool, man. I actually wanna make my own engine too, dude. That's what I'm trying to build up to. Working on my own game engine. I want to work on my own game, but I'm trying to just work on this small game to get the fundamentals and stuff like that of, you know, C++ and memory management and stuff like that. So, yeah. So most of my experience comes in like web development stuff. So it's like, you know, thinking object oriented for me is it's definitely tough. You know, both work. It's just Quite tough. I haven't worked on this in a little bit. Maybe we are doing this wrong here. But const auto reference. Range tank. Yeah, you're doing it right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I am, bro. It's definitely a grind, though. I don't know why I'm getting an error here. Do you know why I'm getting an error here, Nebloxious? I have no idea. Query args. Valid query arg. Am I spelling them wrong, dude? UI button component, dude. I'm not spelling it wrong. It's much more fun than web dev now. Yeah, bro, it definitely is. Definitely is much more fun than web dev, for sure. I don't know why this is. Get component astrinity. Create view, dude. Why am I getting this error? The type name is not allowed. Oh no, auto reference. Okay. I guess I need extra help here. I guess I gotta look it up. Why am I getting on line 25? Look. Can you go to scene.h? Yeah, bro. The way you're creating a view of your components is not correct for the Astro and ECS library. Ah, I understand. Okay. So I'm making it like a function, but it's a template. There we go. That's why. There we go. So it's creating a view with these entities, right? So I can go for auto entity and view loop, right? Each entity in view. And then we can work with specific components, right? XD. Yeah, bro, there you go. Oh, shit, dude. Okay. Let's get these components here, right? So in our transform component, we're gonna want to float X, float Y. See what else we would want. UI stuff. Position and size of component. What do we want to do here in this image component? Visual info, like text and text and image, maybe? I don't know. Oh no, that's what we have for UI text component. Visual info, like maybe want image or something. And here we want like actual text, maybe data. And then our button has make button interactive. We like different colors and stuff, right? Enum class button color. Is that how you do it? Right? Enum class. C++, enum class. Enum C++. What's the difference between enum? what exactly are you trying to do right now? So I'm creating different components. So I'm using an entity component system in my game, and I'm creating different components, and I'm just trying to like plan out exactly what I'm going to have in each component. Because right now in my UI, I have a update function, right? And I have a renderer function, right? My update function is going to do all the updating, right? So like, is this button clicked? If it is clicked, do this, blah, blah, blah. And then my renderer function is just my like rendering to the screen. And so I'm planning my components here. And I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to do it. I'm creating an enum here. But I'm trying to figure out either if I should use a enum class or just an enum, but I'm trying to figure out the difference here. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to just get UI on the screen. That's the ultimate goal. I want to make buttons on the screen. You know, button, I'm going to create like a cash menu and stuff like that where you can spend money and you buy a tank and you put it on the screen, it spends money. And I'm trying to just get the UI set up on my screen using the entity component system. Hope that answers your question. Maybe I should practice remote functions to try and understand them and get comfy with them. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and do it, dude. Best to aim strong, no implicit conversions. C style enums, values implicitly converted to int. Constants live in the enclosing scope, no type safety, color C red. Int x is equal to C, allowed implicit conversion. If C is equal to 1, allowed but unsafe. Problem 2, enums can conflict. Compilers but meaningless. Okay. Values are scoped inside the enum, no namespace pollution, no implicit conversion to int. Strongly typed, different enums won't mix. Color C, color red. If C rule of thumb, always use enum class in modern C++. Okay, alright, we'll do that then. Maybe better name for this would be like a button state. Right, we create a normal, hovered, pressed. I feel like it would be better to just code it in a single file and just 1 or 2 functions and then refactor it into the ECS. Planning ahead is really difficult. I know it is, bro. Trust me. I know it is really difficult. I find it really hard to do, but my buddy told me like, you know, to try and plan ahead your classes and stuff like that and plan ahead what you're trying to do. So, that's what I'm trying to do, trying to learn, I guess, like good practice, I guess, in a way, but it's definitely tough, dude. So once you see the whole thing, you can see much more clearly how you can split it into components. Okay. How long have I been streaming for, dude? It's been a while. Shit, man, I've nearly been streaming 2.5 hours, bro. Holy fuck. Probably gotta jump off soon. So how did we do the other ones? SDL F point. We did as a position. can't plan stuff you aren't familiar with. That is true. That is true. It's definitely tough though. I have somewhat of an idea, but it's like just difficult to think about it. Steal left point. Float X and float Y. Guess we could probably just do that, right? Okay, steal underscore F point. Struct float X, float Y. F point is equal to 0F. Expected an identifier. F points. We need shit. Position. STL F point size is equal to, I don't know, dude. What do we want to make the default size? Like 100.0F, 50.0F. I don't know. Just leave it at that. Okay. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'm gonna push my changes. Appreciate you guys watching. I've been gone for about 2.5 hours now, and I gotta do a little bit of homework. So done work on UI class and components. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll be back tomorrow, so appreciate you guys watching. I gotta do a little bit of homework for my class and also study up a little bit on some technical stuff. So I have a technical interview tomorrow, so hopefully it goes well. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the honest messages and all the help. Shout out to Nemexulis. Appreciate your help, dude. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.